In the event of a water damage emergency, call PuroClean of Cenla.
Hello, sorry about that. I screwed up. I did not have the audio on. I do the shorter countdown here, and I did it on the old format from last night, which allows me to break in across all formats. And in this case, I just like to break in for Facebook and all that. So yes, it was quiet. Good evening, everyone. How you doing? The Toledo Bend camera is looking nice, looking a lot better than it did about 21-ish hours ago. So 58 degrees, got the temperatures and all that stuff fixed. Fixed a lot of stuff today that's been kind of buggy and glitchy, so you won't notice a lot of it, but hey, it's good. Now, I did have the camera. I'm actually, I was looking to see I'm downloading it, so I'll post it if it's cool. I had the video going of the Mardi Gras parade, and that was pretty sweet to have that, and I could just pop in, see how everybody was doing, having fun down there, and it's over with now. I got out in the traffic, but didn't actually enjoy the parade because I took a nap after this insanity moved through. Now, there have not been a lot of storm reports yet officially that have come in on this. There have been the reports of damage, but not the reports of we had an EF1 or 2 tornado or whatever. So showers and storms all moving on to the east. These are the current storm reports here that we have. These are unofficial. Actually, this is the one that is official up here in northeast of Center, Texas. That's in the Shreveport area. EF1 tornado up that way. We have another one with that. This was the one that was on base on Fort Polk or nearby, and then possibly another one down there in Evangeline Parish, and then another in St. Landry. I think we're going to see several tornadoes out of this. The one interesting thing here, this is from the Mesonet station in Meyer. I think this is off. I really don't think we had a gust to 132. It lined up with a good signature on radar for some potential rotation, but part of me thinks, and part of our chatter that we're thinking, someone might have read this one in kilometers per hour. It could have been more like an 80+ mile per hour gust. But lots of wind gusts across the area. You know all this. It was a wild night, and we certainly we had a time of it here. 15 tornado warnings across the span of about 4 hours. 3 hours, well, actually it was less than that because I was on for 3 hours and 42 minutes, and we had 15 tornado warnings in that span and didn't have one for like the first half hour. So a little over 3 hours to get that many warnings. It's kind of reminiscent of what we had that morning with Gustav. I think we had 18 that day. 0.85 inches of rain on the estimate. About 0.7 showed up at the airport. So most areas were about a half an inch to an inch and a half. It's not enough. I haven't heard on the burn ban. I'll have to check in on that. But we're not going to see rain for a while, so they may leave that going just because of that. I do think we have more coming by the end of the week, but we'll talk about that in a second. 63 degrees up here, 70 in New Orleans, 72 in Houma. It is pretty... It's comfortable outside. You know, we had some breeze out there, a little drizzle. If you were out at the Mardi Gras parade, you probably saw a few raindrops falling. Not too much, though. 57 by midnight, partly cloudy skies. Skies are kind of interesting looking out there this evening with those clouds as that upper level system departs to the east and leaves us with a northerly flow. Not a very cold air mass here. This is not Arctic in nature. So we're not seeing anything like that. And you can see off to the west, way off to the northwest, I think so. Oh, did I have a stop in that thing? I think I did. Off to the northwest, and this is because we had that squall line moving through. I forgot to remove those frames. But off to the northwest, I'm trying to make this happen. Southerly winds really ramping up Monday morning, and that's going to eventually shift overhead, and that's going to usher in some very warm stuff. The severe outlook for today shows the severe threat off to our east now in Florida and Georgia, and they've had some pretty decent stuff reported out that way. It's all moving off to the east now, and I know a lot of folks around here, pretty much everyone's out of school and everything, and it looks like we have a couple of nice days to start off the week, so get out and enjoy that. Now, this is where we play single runs of models aren't always correct. You see there's not much showing up here on Saturday. I think there's going to be more rain than what we're seeing here, and Tom agrees, so I'll show you that in the 7-day. You are welcome, Chris. I really was pleased I was able to be there and be live for all this last night. It was quite a crazy event. Half an inch to an inch of rain perhaps through Saturday as that system rolls in. And I showed you the GFS didn't show much, but we don't just look at models around here. We actually forecast. 81 degrees on Thursday. It will be toasty. I will retire the sweatshirt that day. 80 degrees on Friday. Back down to about 64 on Sunday. That's the cold side behind that next system. Could be some showers and storms. The severe signal does not look nearly as crazy as what we saw last night. It does look like we stay fairly warm as we head through the end of the month. It won't be quite as warm as those low 80s, but it will be a little bit above where we should be. And I think we'll see some rain mixed in there, but again, no huge systems coming through. But this one we had yesterday, it didn't look like it was going to be it didn't look like it was going to be as bad as it was. And that's why I hate those instances where we have really high wind shear. We have really strong directional and speed shear, but not a lot of instability. But I was saying we could see a few tornadoes and those isolated damaging wind gusts along the line simply because of that strong wind shear and the strong forcing associated with that storm. And it ended up happening and being even a little worse than what I was thinking. So that's it. Hope you guys avoided the damage. I saw a bunch of pictures. I'm waiting on the National Weather Service to put out the reports. Let me see if we have any just yet. I had that one up in Center, Texas, but nothing in our area, the 14 parishes that we cover. Let's see. Yeah, they have not had any updates come through on that. So I'm watching for it. I talked to the meteorologist in charge down there. He said it could be a 3 to 4 day process to get all these done because they have so many areas to go and look at. But that's it for right now. I hope you do have a wonderful rest of your Sunday evening, and I'll see you back here in the morning.